cracking, everybody? New video. So this video is gonna be as you see from the title, um a convict's perspective. Did a video earlier on a guy up north that caught a bunch of murders. He's looking at, well, I guess he's been convicted to death, or sentenced to death. um and they pose a question, how do people feel about the death penalty? And so here I go. Okay, right off the bat, I'm against the death penalty. Um, I think the death penalty is such a slippery slope. If a society says that they're against murder, then how do you say, we are against murder, so we are going to murder you? That seems pretty hypocritical. Um, so there's that. I know Rojo said that he feels that certain heinous crimes should get the death penalty, and the death penalty should be applied, right? And even in those situations and with those types of crimes that he's talking about, I really feel that the death penalty shouldn't be applied. I don't believe the death penalty should be applied, period. And as far as those individuals with those type of crimes, I really feel like this. As we know, California does not execute people. You're gonna die of old age, or you're something else. But in California, you're not gonna be. They ain't gonna execute you. And so when you have people with heinous crimes like that, what they do is they house them in their own section of death row, and they're safe. And like, I wouldn't even want to imagine the type of conversations that those individuals have with each other, and what they fucking giggle about and brag about. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens when those type of people get put in a row and put in their own place. So I really believe that they should get life. Those type of people should get life. Um, and it doesn't matter where they go, as long as they're not on the roll and protected like that. Um, they will have a horrible life behind the walls, because everybody has to remember, man, prison has its own set of rules, and the punishments are severe and swift. And those type of dudes, you hear it all the time, man. They're getting killed on a regular basis, and that's the justice that they deserve. Now, as far as an individual who, like the young man that was the topic of their video, he's you know putting in work, doing whatever he does, and he's destroying lives, right? And I don't know. I just have this belief that I think, okay, I'll give you an example. My situation, right? And I'm probably wrong, but it's something that I would like to think, and I would like to believe. You know, in 1993, I was arrested for killing a man. I murdered somebody that did not deserve to be murdered. Um, I ripped apart a family. I took a father from his son, a brother from his sisters and brother. You know what I'm saying? And I think one of the worst things would have been is had I done that and then gone to prison and then got this second chance and then did it again. Had I never learned, had I been so disrespectful that I did it again and I ripped somebody else from another family. I believe that I know that I try to honor my victims, all of them, by being a positive person, by doing the things that I'm supposed to do, and trying to set a good example for people to see that people come out of prison and can change and can be better and can be productive. I think that's a great service, a great honor to those that we hurt in our past. I think it would be way worse to just, like I said, man, you victimize someone, you don't acknowledge them, you don't acknowledge what you did wrong, and you rub it in people's face by doing it again and again and again. That individual, whatever he was going through that made him believe that you know he needed to put in that much work. I promise you, in 10 years, he won't be that person, you know. And 10 years after that, he won't be the person that he was that after that first 10 years. As we grow, man, hopefully we learn. But the thing is if that individual goes to prison, and has a life sentence, even on the road, it could happen to him. But he goes to prison and he still wants to be that fool, it'll catch up to him. You know, you can't go in there and just push your weight around without falling in some type of line. You know what I mean? And you violate that, you get violated. Not in a sexual way. We don't do that in California, but you know what I'm saying. Another problem is, um, these death penalty cases, like they talk, Rojo and Flaco talked about. When you try somebody, when the county, the state, whatever, wants to try somebody on a capital punishment case, on a fucking death penalty case, it's an extremely expensive case, you know, and they get appeal after appeal. There's a lot that goes into it when they know it's really probably just a political move. You know what I'm saying? I think that money needs to be redirected back into educating our youth, um, showing our youth that education is where it's at. Expanding their minds and their horizons, um, giving somebody life. I don't even believe in life without. I really don't. I think when you give somebody life without, now the rules have changed. People can get life without and still get out after, I believe it's 25 years they can petition. But still, man, when you give somebody life without, and they go into prison, they're already angry. They have a lot of hatred in their heart, and then they believe that there is nothing for them but that world. That dude is gonna make, you know a lot of, I don't want to get into it, but you make somebody who's already having fucking fucked up thoughts, and you make them hopeless. They can do really fucked up things. um I think that unless somebody is a full blown psychopath, um and unless they're into them weird cases, anybody who's not doing that weird shit, if it's a murderer, somebody who attempted to murder somebody and got it out, whatever it is, I believe that all humans are redeemable. you know if they're willing to put in the work, if they're willing to put in the effort. And I don't think that it should be society's role to decide who lives and dies. And I'm sure there's been a lot of people who've been on juries and didn't want to be on the jury. And at the end of the day, when they had to vote to kill somebody, when they did actually, execute a person, I'm sure that it weighed on them, because a normal person, that's not a small thing, to take part in killing somebody, you know. I know I'm lightweight rambling, you guys know that's what I do. But I just wanted to make sure that I put out my views, that I believe that it shouldn't be society's role to decide who lives and dies. And I believe that the prison system has its own extremely harsh penalties for people who do shit that's not in line with anyone's belief system, and they deal with it swiftly, a lot quicker, and a lot more severe than any cop or DA could do. you know um They can make somebody's life extremely miserable. They can actually let a motherfucker live. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of real treacherous shit that can be done and is done and will always be done to those who harm women and children. Um, Jail takes care of it, you know. And the death penalty is actually an easy way out for a lot of them guys. Like I said, they know they're not gonna fucking be executed. You know, a lot of times they're like, shit, I'd rather go to death row than go to one of these yards, you know. So just think about that, you know. Don't give them what they want, give them what they got coming. Um, and for those, like I said, that are doing the, you know, like I said, unless they're a righteous psychopath, man, you know, people can change, you know. People can come to a point in their lives where they realize, you know what, it wasn't the DA, it wasn't the cop, it wasn't even my enemigo. It was my decision to carry a gun or carry a knife. You know, when a gang member carries a gun or carries a knife, it's never in defense. You know, a lot of lifers, we had to learn that, man. In order to get out, you have to be able to explain these things to the board. You know, you can't go in there and the board says, hey, what, why were you carrying a gun? Oh, for protection. Nah, that's a denial. You are not going home. You know, you need to understand, when you're a gang member and you carry a gun, you carry a gun to kill somebody, whether and it's in defense or offense. You know what I'm saying? It's to kill somebody, period. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the decisions that we make, when we learn that, you know, we're responsible for those decisions, then we can't blame, you know, the way we were brought up, you know, or the environment or the neighborhood or anything else, man. At the end of the day, we're responsible for the decisions that we make. And once we learn that and hold ourselves accountable, then you can start having a different way of looking at things, you know, a more peaceful way of living, and an opportunity to maybe one day get out, you know, and to honor the victims that you created by becoming a better man, not just with your mouth, you know what I mean, but by what you do in your daily life and your daily interactions, not just with the ones that you love, but by everyone in your community. So for those reasons, man, I could never be for the death penalty. Like I said, if it's a whatever the crime is, you know, if they get convicted, throw them behind them walls, and let those behind those walls, um, let them do what they do. You know, let that their justice prevail, and it'll be quick, man. So with that, I'm out. Everybody have a great day. Have a great weekend. It's a Friday. I don't know when you're gonna see this video, but it's a Friday. I got off work early, about to hit the shower, shave up, and hopefully have a great weekend, man. You guys be safe. Tell the ones you love that you love them, right?